Imagine you have these 3 items and you want to have them arranged like this here. So you have a certain area in which they should be distributed, and they should get smaller in the distance and more dense in the foreground. But of course, you do not want to move them around like this and scale them. Hello and welcome to the Vector Garden. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can do this kind of distribution. This is something that we need to do with a plugin. First of all, what we need to create is symbols. So I'm opening the symbols panel, and then we are going to create them. I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to create it using the shortcut, which is F8. And I'm going to call this grass and make this a static symbol. And then let's make that one. And again, this needs to be called grass var for variable. And again, a static symbol. And then this one again. Let's make another symbol. Again, it's a variable. It's a poppy. And I want this only once. So I need to add another part to the name, which is this equal U, like this. Okay, so that's that. We are prepared. And now we need this shape, just a shape, and it needs to be filled with a gradient. So I'm going to put a gradient in there, and this needs to be rotated like this. So we have dark at the bottom, light at the top, and it's too light. So let's make it a little darker. And this one is too dark, and I'm going to make it slightly lighter, like this. And now comes the plugin, which is the plugin Stipplism by Astute Graphics. And we're going to add this via Effect, Stipplism, Symbol Stipple. We have used symbols. So that's this. And we're going to select it like here, and it has to include the variance, and it has to be scaled, and then we can use the preview. And you see we have exactly one copy of that poppy up here. Now what we can do is control the density. So we can make this denser. And you see again, the poppy gets somewhere else because it's randomized, and you can also randomize this again and again to get different variants until you find something that you like, maybe like this. Now this one has another issue because you see this grass is in front of that poppy, which is wrong, obviously. So what we can then do is go to the depth sort like that. And you can set that to X or Y. You can also reverse the order, so just as it looks right. Also, you can vary the scale. So they are all in the same scaling as the original symbols, but that is of course not logical. They will vary, so we can vary them, which is too much. So make it 1.1, a slight variation on top of the scaling that happens anyway. And that's what you can do. There are also more additional naming variables available, and you go to tips, then you see you can add some other kinds of naming, and you could, instead of just having one poppy, you could also say you want to have X% poppies in there, and then there would be some more, a percentage. So that's this, go to OK, and then we have the result. And you see that the base task of having more than one copy of an element inside an Illustrator file can be achieved by very different methods. And there are other methods available. Just check out the videos I have linked in the description.